Hi, welcome to English Tips by Sunshine English Academy. My name is Milind Deshpande. In this lesson, we will look at the use of will and would. Will can be used in several ways. Let us look at those ways along with examples. So, first, will is used to express a strong intention about the future. Examples: I will complete the task by this Saturday. It shows a strong intention to complete the task. And I will not pay until all items are supplied. It shows a strong intention, but a negative one. So we can see from these examples that will is a strong word. Next, will is used to express inevitable events. Inevitable means something that is bound to happen, something that will definitely happen. Example: the weak bridge will fall soon. That means it is bound to fall soon. Next, will can be used to make a request. Will you bring the bill, please? Now, although you can use will to make a request, it is better to avoid using will to make requests because sometimes it can sound harsh or arrogant. So, better words to use to make a request would be would and could. Next, will can be used to express a desire. For example, I will have a soft drink. So, you express a desire to have a soft drink. Next, will can be used to express willingness or consent. Yes, I will do it. This shows a willingness, isn't it? Next, will can be used to express facts about ability or capacity. This material is strong. It will last for 20 years. So here, will talks about the ability or the capacity of this material to last for 20 years. Next, will can be used to make a forecast. Our team will win the match. Means you're forecasting that your team will win the match. Remember, will is a strong word. So if you are very certain or if it is definite that the team will win the match, then only you use will. Now let's look at would. Would is the past tense of will. Look at the example. Rahul would have closed his shop by now. So we are talking about some action which is most likely to have taken place in the past. So we say Rahul would have closed his shop by now. So notice we have to use have along with would when we want to express something that has happened in the past using would, then we need to use have along with would. So it is always would have. Rahul would have closed his shop by now. Next, would is used to express the consequence of an imagined event. If I were a bird, I would fly around the world. Now, can you become a bird? No. So this is totally imaginary. It's an imagined event. So in such cases, we use this kind of language. If I were a bird, I would fly around the world. Now, the first part of the sentence, if I were a bird, is a condition. If this condition is true, then only the second part of the sentence is also true. The second part is I would fly around the world. This is called the result of the condition. So the first part is the condition. If I were a bird, the second part is the result. I would fly around the world. Now, would needs to be used only in the result clause, not in the condition clause. So it can come only in this part of the sentence, which is the result of the condition. Also look at the first part of the sentence, which is the condition clause. If I were a bird, the grammar here is different from the normal grammar because usually along with I, we would use the verb was and not were. If you want to say something like I was there, you would use were, not I were there. But when we have such situations where we are talking about an imagined event, then the grammar changes and we say, if I were a bird. Next, would is used to express a desire or an inclination. I would like to have a window seat. This is expressing your desire. Next, would can be used to make a polite request. Would you please allow me to wait here? So you see, we can use would instead of will, and it sounds much more polite and much better. Would is used to politely offer or ask something. Would you like to have a drink before your dinner? Here you are politely offering a drink. Would you like to join me for dinner? You are politely asking something. Next, would is used to talk about situations that don't exist at present, or we could also say to talk about situations that did not actually happen. These situations did not happen. For example, if the cat had been there, it would have caught the mouse. So that means the cat was actually not there. And here again, we use would in the result clause. This is also a condition. If the cat had been there is a condition, and the result of that condition would have been, okay, because this actually did not happen. So I'm saying would have been, it would have caught the mouse. Here again, there's a certain grammar that we need to use. In the condition clause, we need to use had plus V3. So we have if, then subject, then had, and then V3. And in the result clause, we have subject, then would, then have, plus V3. So it is the subject, then would, then have, and V3 is caught. It would have caught the mouse. Next, would is used to talk about a habit in the past. Example, Rahul would take his pet for a walk every evening. So we are talking about something which happened regularly. That's why we are calling it a habit. It's something that happens repeatedly and regularly. Next, would is used to express something that is or isn't probable. There would be snow in Kashmir in November. So you are expressing a probability that there would be snow in November. Remember again, would is a strong word. So you are expressing a strong probability of snow in Kashmir in November. Next, will can sound harsh, impolite, or arrogant unless it is used together with words like kindly and please. Otherwise, it can sound like a command. Will you sit down? This sounds like a command, isn't it? Next, will is not used to request or ask someone to take some action. Now, here's an example of a student talking to a teacher. You will correct my mistakes when I send you my essay. This is absolutely wrong. What the student should say is, please correct my mistakes when I send you my essay. You cannot use will to ask someone to take some action. Next, in a conditional sentence, would should be used only in the result clause and not in the condition clause. So if you have a sentence like, if Rahul would play today, he would have won the match, then it is a grammatical mistake. What you should say is, if Rahul had played today, he would have won the match. So would comes only once in the sentence in the result clause. Next, when would is used in the past tense and is not followed by have, it is the same as used to. It is also the same as the simple past tense used to talk about a regular habit in the past. So when would is used without have in the past tense, it is used to talk about a regular habit. So here are our examples. Ajay would go to the park often is the same as Ajay used to go to the park often. And that is again the same as Ajay went to the park often. All three sentences are used to talk about a past habit or something that happened regularly in the past. Finally, let's look at the pronunciation of would and wouldn't. This is w, pronounced as in window. This is a short u, and this is the. So that is would. And this is w, u, the, n, t. And the d and n are together. So that should be pronounced as wouldn't and not wouldn't. There is no sound of O or L in either of these words. O and L are silent. Kindly like the lesson and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.